Hey everybody, so we went and checked my mail at my P.O. box the other day, and I'm usually reasonably okay. Okay, I'm not very great at checking my mail all the time. And inside of my mail was this delightful, we'll have to blur out a bunch of this request from the IRS that I owe another $750. But so I have, thankfully, lucky for me, I got an $850 win on Verizon today. So even after paying the IRS their extra money, I get to keep $100 of that. Has that ever happened to you? Anyway, so about this Verizon trade or about any other trade, I'm still in this trade for a really particular reason, and it has to do with a little magic trick that I play on the charts. And I call it magic trick, but I know it's not a magic trick. And so I want to spend some time today on the charts and take a look at it. And because today's video is sponsored by IGUS, we're going to open up their platform and we're going to do this magic trick on their platform. So thanks to IGUS, a leading Forex broker, for sponsoring this video. Coming up very soon, we're going to do something special with this IGUS, this money that they sponsored the videos with. So anyway, welcome. And let's take a look at the charts here. So I've got the Australian dollar, US dollar up. Now I just entered a buy trade on the Australian dollar, US dollar today. And all trading involves a substantial risk of loss, and this video should not be interpreted as any suggestion to buy or sell any securities. You already know that. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to draw some support and resistance on this chart. And it's going to help me know, does the Australian dollar have further to drop? And if it starts to move in my favor and go up, how far might it go and what might my targets be? So I'm going to grab the trend line drawing tool here on their charts, and I'm just going to connect two different levels on the chart here. You know, something above and then something below. And I'm not going to be exact. I'm just going to grab a level down here and then a level down here. And then I'm going to move forward a bit. And then I'm going to look for other areas that I can connect. Can I connect two other bottoms? And I look for areas where price kind of makes what I would call like a V-shape bottom. You know, like drops, rises, drops, and rises. And I look for the most significant V formations on the chart. And I'm going to connect those areas. And I'm not going to be, I don't have to be super exact. I just want to get a general idea. I'll usually connect the wicks or the shadows of the bars or candles. That's usually what I will do, but I'm not going to be ridiculous about that or get excessive or militant about doing that. All right, let's see here. Can I connect maybe these two down here? That looks like a good idea. So I'm going to connect these two. Now, as I do this, what's going to happen is the more lines I get on my chart, and I don't want to get crazy and draw all kinds of crazy lines, but we're going to start to see price drop to or rise to these levels and stop, which is absolutely crazy. Back when Bitcoin was going out of control, I used to draw trend lines on the tops of the candles, and it would contain the upward movement of price as it went. So, oh, look at that. So price didn't stop on these lines here. It just blew right through it. But once price blew through these levels right here, we knew that we had a line drawn across these lows. And I bet you that's where price wants to go. It's exactly where price wants to go. So it doesn't have to be exact, but we know that price is going to consolidate there and it's going to move around those levels. And that means this is a strong level that we can trust at this point. So we're going to move forward a bit here, and I'm going to see about maybe getting a couple more lines in place. So I'm going to connect these two lows. This looks great. And then I'm going to move forward slowly. And look at that third, look at that bottom. So it bottoms out here, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Look at that. It hits these two lows, and then it drops to that level again, bounces off, and goes upward. That's exactly what I'm talking about. If you know you want to buy the Australian dollar, having these trend lines in place is a really easy way to get a price at which you know you want to get in. So if we move forward a bit, this line up here should contain this upward movement in price, and it doesn't really do it. So this line is looking more and more like it's not really functioning or operating in a way that I want. It doesn't really seem, so it got close to that level but didn't hit it. This, on the other hand, this convergence of lines at the bottom seems more and more likely to be incredibly important because it is containing price as it falls. I'm going to draw another trend line across these tops, connecting this area right here to this area right over here. I'm on the 4-hour charts, by the way, and I went about a year back on the 4-hour charts. So that worked for, look at that, nice upward movement that stopped at our trend line that we just drew, and then it came back down again. This trend line, I'm now going to see if I can color this trend line red because it's just super valuable, and price is hitting that level and just stopping. And then we've got another really good level up here. That price is stopping there. And I'm going to see if I can find any more levels that I want to connect. I'm pretty happy with what I've got so far. And we're going to try to get all the way to the present day and see where that takes us. So I'm going to draw across these levels here. Now, I don't want this one to be red, so I'm going to change this back to a dark line and move it forward. Look at that. That level up here is containing price. That's awesome. And then this trend line down here contains price, and then price jumps up. We didn't have a trend line in place to see where this top would be, but I'm guessing we could have done something like that. Nah, that doesn't work. So I'm going to delete that trend line. We'll just keep moving forward. I definitely want to connect this low and this low right here. Oh, look at that. That contains price as it drops. And then you can see that red trend line is coming in handy over and over and over again. And here we are at present day. This is where things get really interesting, folks. So I'm going to zoom in a bit here on present day, and I'm going to take a look at things. So the Australian dollar seems to have formed a triple bottom and kind of an inverse head and shoulders pattern. And I'm thinking, I want to be long this currency pair. But look at the potential bottom is way down here, like 100, exactly 100 pips lower. So I know that if I'm in a buy trade, it has the potential to fall 100 pips lower down to that level. And if it rises, these trend lines seem to have contained price really well. And I want to be careful. Like, I want to take some of my profits off the table at that level. But if price can break through those levels, see if I can expand this arrow. Well, it's not a great arrow. If it can break through these levels right here, I know that my next target is this red trend line that was super powerful and really meant a lot and is incredibly valid, and price obeys that line. So if price does break through this double trend line down here, and I've taken half my profits off the table, I could go for a profit target all the way up at that red line, and I know I've got a pretty good target in place. So it gives me, those trend lines give me practically everything I need. I know I like this inverse head and shoulders pattern. I know I like buying at these lows, but I know that it might fall as much as 100 pips lower down to this level. It's likely to bounce there. In fact, probably be a better idea for me to wait for a buy trade down to that level, or wait for a buy trade if price can break through these two levels up here and continue. Maybe a break above those levels and then a move back down and then a move to the red line. So I've probably, just drawing these trend lines, I've already given myself a ton of information. I've probably gotten into this trade too early. I can take a really small loss right now and get out. And then I've got some levels to get back in at that I think are way more effective and are going to work way better for me. So just drawing those levels alone without any other indicators, without anything else on the screen, I've got a lot of what I need. So ask me a question in the comments below about support and resistance, and if you like this video, make a request on maybe your favorite financial instrument that we could look at the next time we do a video like this. And if you love the video, subscribe to the channel. Found out the other day, Justin, 250,000 people watched the videos on the channel last month, but only 20% of those people are subscribed to the channel. So click the subscribe button for more great stuff like this and contests and all kinds of great videos that we have coming out for you soon. I'm Rob Booker. Thanks to IGUS for sponsoring the video, and we'll see you in the next one.